Hey, what is going on, YouTube? Back again with week 4 of Off the Balls podcast. Joined here today by my beautiful co hosts, as always, Nick and Chad. We do have our special guest here today with us is Jonah. He is a member of the Toxic
Woo!
League. How is everybody doing tonight?
Good, good.
I'm I'm tired as fuck, but I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Still not happy to be here.
I'm not
Yeah.
happy. No. I mean, it is technically midnight for me right now, and I am here. Here we are.
Here,
I fucking hate you guys. Yet here I am doing this for you.
every
Hey,
fucking
nobody
week.
told you to live on the East Coast, bud.
Yeah.
You know what's great? You know what's crazy? I'm in Mountain Time right now. I'm in Denver, so it's
Huh.
technically o'clock, but it's really midnight for me because I just got here 38 hours ago.
38 hours. Oh man, this guy's all over Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and
It's
dive
crazy,
into
man.
how we did this week. Nick, how did you do this week in fantasy football?
We're gonna start with me.
Yeah, yeah.
Rip off that Band-Aid.
Yeah,
Yeah. How
exactly.
did you do? How did you do?
I went 1-3 this week. I had a rough week. Um, Obviously, they didn't do too good, so
What
I couldn't
happened?
do good in honor. Shut up. I thought we were gonna start this.
Kind of
I
belly
didn't
full
watch
of white
any
dog
football this
shit.
weekend,
Yeah.
so I have no
Yeah.
idea. Maybe you could update me.
Can you give
on
us like
what happened.
a highlight
I'm
of
sure.
what
I'm
happened?
sure.
For those of us
I'm
that
sure
didn't watch
Adam will fill
last
you
week,
in. Yeah, I'm sure Adam will fill you in here over multiple times. Okay, so my Cowboys lost to the Cardinals. All right, let's just get it over with.
You were at the game, right? Like, was there a lot of
Yeah,
sad Cowboy
first-hand
fans?
embarrassment.
yeah, I was there, and not only was I there, I was on the Dallas side. So
Oh,
we were on the Dallas side. There was a bunch of people who
how
would not shut up the whole game. By the end of the game, they sat there and pouted. It was bad. I'm so glad I'm not one of those fans.
how many adult tantrums did you see this last Sunday?
I can't count that high.
they are the worst
I
when
don't
they
know
come to
how.
town,
Yeah.
but for some reason
Well,
the Cardinals could be like 2-11 and still beat the Cowboys. They just suck.
I know. Well, actually, I have a quick question on that. Nick, are y'all still them boys after
Yeah,
that?
we will.
Y'all
We are
still
still
them
them
boys?
boys. We
Just
just
making
got our
sure.
asses whooped. Hey, you got to be humbled sometimes. I mean, if you're gonna go on and do great things, you got to be humbled every once in a while.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta take
I,
one on the chin, right?
Well,
by
Yeah,
let's
the
hope for a
Cardinals,
season full of
though,
humbling.
by the Cardinals, without your
yeah.
defense like those first 2 weeks, and the Cardinals
Without
fucking
Kyler
beat you.
Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. That's
Mhm.
crazy. All right. So Chad, how did your week go this week?
Who cares? You lost to the fucking Cardinals.
All right, we're done with this.
We're done.
See you guys later.
Hey,
That's a great podcast.
all right.
Yeah, I mean, Chad's team beat the Cardinals. I don't know what happened.
We beat Chad's
Yeah,
team.
Hey, so
yeah.
it's a circle.
Technically, yeah, it's a
circle.
weird,
So
it's a
does
weird triangle of
is
love and
is Arizona on
loss.
top of that circle?
No,
It's a weird circle. It's more like an egg shape, you know.
Yeah. Do the
It's like
Cardinals
as
and
soon
Giants
as
play each other this year?
yeah, they already did.
They already
But
played each other. This fucking guy. Where were
aren't
you
you
week
a
two?
Cardinals fan?
who are
Aren't you a
you?
Cardinals
Yeah.
fan? Oh
I was like,
God!
wait, what's going on?
This guy's shot,
All right,
bro.
can we
Sorry,
get?
it's a
Is it too
game you
late
like to
get
try to
another guest
forget.
on? Is it too late to get another guest on?
No.
I'm sorry.
I don't even watch football, bro. I
Okay.
just found this.
I just found this. I'm here for a good time.
On the side of the road.
Right.
I picked it up.
All right. Well, now that Nick has completely distracted the entire stream, so getting back on track, this week I by far had my best week so far this season, going a nice 3-0. Not an impressive 3-0 though. I just want to state
I'm
that it was like a mediocre 3-0, but I'll I'll take three. I'll take being 2-1 in one league, and in Toxic League, I now have a win. I was expecting to go winless, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Congrats. Give you a flower on some flawless season or week. Yeah,
Appreciate it.
that was a big upset. You got Renee, I think, in the Toxic League that last week. So his team has been putting up some points. So good job there.
Mhm.
Myself, I went 2-4 this week. I can't catch a win in the goddamn ESPN leagues. I don't know what's going on over there, but there's some goddamn collusion. I'm just kidding now. But yeah, I won in the leagues I really wanted to win in, so we're good there. But obviously it's still not even 500, so we're trying to get there. It's been a rough start of the season. How about you, Jonah? How are you doing over there in the Toxic League?
It's it's mid. It's hard setting up that lineup. Like
I've heard that before.
yeah, tons of injuries. Injuries have been a problem. Like Eckler, I thought was pretty solid, and then just like it's the curse. And then I don't know why I bothered going with a Ravens running back. I did that mistake twice. I had Dobbins look pretty good in the beginning, gets hurt right out of the halftime, or pretty early. And I was like, damn, that sucks. I was like, well, I'm gonna pick up Gus Edwards. He'll be the next guy in line. Fucking concussion. So I'm learning to stop picking up Raven running backs for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you
But
shouldn't have started.
I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I was being smart, but apparently not. No, but it's tough to pick a week. I started off pretty hot. Everyone kind of popping off, and I've gotten lucky with a few picks. Zach Moss out of nowhere, kind of
Mm.
been solid, getting me 20-ish points, per week. So he's been a good pickup with Eckler being down. Swift is another one I didn't expect. So decent players here and there, but the only problem is that everybody's kind of so mid-level. I don't know who's going to pop off for me. Who do I bench? Who do I start? It's just it's weird. It's a tough one.
Oh yeah, for sure. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look into your team, your roster on the Toxic League. So we'll go ahead and pull this up. So starting at the top, I mean, you got Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts speaks for himself,
Solid.
top 3 quarterback right there. Then you can
Yep.
move on to Derrick Henry, which
That's
yeah,
I hurt you this week.
yeah,
it did. Cleveland really had his number. But all the other week, he's that guy though. You put in Derrick Henry, and you kind of know what to expect out of him. So when I only got 2 out of that, I was definitely disappointed. But just that what I'm starting to notice just as I'm watching the season, that Tennessee O line is bad.
yeah, that Tennessee
Tennessee.
line is very
You'd
bad.
have to say O line. That Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee is bad.
But then again, like they just went against Cleveland. Cleveland has a really great run defense. That's a tough
Right.
matchup going in there. So I mean, it's Derrick Henry. You cannot not start him.
Exactly. That's where I was at. I was hoping he'd bulldoze, and usually he does, but every now and then shit happens. But no, so he's kind of a solid, but it was that losing Eckler. It's hard to
I know.
find. My starters are almost my backups at this point. Like it's just everybody's so all over the place and hurt, and you don't know who's going to be good.
How long is Eckler out for?
I think he should be back this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they thought about holding them off because they have the bye week the following, so maybe 2 weeks off for him to recover. But hopefully, I should be able to get him in there this week. But at the same time, Moss is doing pretty well, so I don't know if I hold with that for a little bit. And Swift is doing his thing, so I'm kind of all over the place.
Eckler is always getting the start over Zach Moss. I just want to throw that out.
Yeah.
Always, no matter what. Yeah, it's like not even a question.
Yeah,
If
We
Eckler
tend
is
to-
playing, you play him.
yeah. You tend to overanalyze these things when your team's all over the place. You go from scoring 140 one week to 80, so yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
rough.
But see, you shouldn't feel too terribly bad. So in one of my leagues, my first 3 picks were Austin Eckler and Aaron Jones. Those were my starting 2 running backs. So I mean, at
Solid.
least you're only down 1.
Yeah, not too bad. Could be worse.
Could definitely be worse. I mean, but looking at your team top to bottom here, you got strong running backs. You got Derrick Henry, Zach Moss, Austin Eckler, Gus Edwards. I mean, Gus Edwards is not the strongest guy, but DeAndre Swift. You're set up on running backs. You can play 3 running backs a
I
week.
think so.
I think
For
where
sure.
you're lacking your power is in your wide receivers. Definitely, you got Cortland Sutton,
100%.
Gabe Davis, DeAndre Hopkins, Scary Terry. I think
Not
there's
so scary this year.
yeah, not so scary this year. I think there's a possibility you could probably upgrade some of those wide receivers using some of your running back collateral, or
Yeah, I'm
even
thinking so too.
or even packaging something with like a Darren Waller. I see he's sitting on your bench right now over Gerald Everett.
Yeah, I'm kind of plugging and playing everybody because everyone's been so mid. I feel like I can't really go wrong with. I mean, running core I'm pretty solid with. Just depends on who's hurt, who's in, who's out. It's those receivers that are tough. So like Hopkins again, Tannehill getting sacked every 5 seconds. You can't even throw to him. So I was like, I'm gonna pull out Hopkins maybe because I believe they're playing the Bengals. I believe.
They are playing Cincinnati. Yes.
Okay, yeah, so that was kind of an iffy one for me. So, because that Bengals defense can turn it on whenever they feel like it, apparently. But but then I look at Gabe Davis was on my bench, but then I look at Josh Allen being more reliable QB to get him the ball. So I figured I would give him a try. And then with Sutton, he hasn't scored a ton, but he's been consistent. He's been having weeks of like
He had a good week 3.
15, yeah, 15, 18, 19. Like he's holding solid, and then McLaurin not getting too many looks, scoring 8 points. So I'm kind of just playing, just with some weeks behind us, playing just the, I guess, patterns or looking for some sort of, consistency.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially with your lineup being so interchangeable, you're going to play towards those matchups. Like Gabe
Yeah,
Davis going into
100%.
Miami, that's going to be a high scoring game. Denver playing
Yeah,
against Chicago, both teams really suck, so that could be a high
exactly.
scoring game.
Yep, that's
Um,
why I picked up the Broncos defense. Messy game, bad teams, calls for a lot of picks, and Justin Fields gets a little throw happy. So I'm hoping for some, Broncos sacks and picks and all that good stuff.
Tell you what, that's a ballsy move. Seeing what happened to him last week, like
Good, fair. You know
I
what?
hope
Fair.
I hope it works for you.
No, I believe it. It's that was embarrassing, but I think they're gonna bounce back after getting whooped on like that, and maybe they'll throw down 70 in return.
the defense, right? The defense is out there.
Yeah, the
Yeah, the
defense will
defense.
do.
100%. I want 10 pick sixes.
10 pick sixes. Oh, but yeah, I mean, looking at your team, you got a solid team here. It's like I said, the one
Mhm.
area I'd say you could improve on is your wide receivers. But
Definitely.
other than that, like, and this year already for fantasy football, running backs are a commodity.
Sure.
Like, so many
Yeah.
good running backs have either been hurt or so many committees are taking the ball away from your number one running back. So it's hard to play a running back every
Yeah,
week when you have people like
it
Derrick
is.
Henry, you have people like Zach Moss and Austin Eckler. Like those guys are
Mhm.
getting the touches every week as long as they're
Yeah.
playing.
A lot of teams are spreading the wealth a little bit. Like, you get your number one gets you down to the end zone, and then they pound it in with their backup, to score. That kind of robs you of points. So I've noticed a lot of teams are starting to, spread the wealth, which is good for them. I mean, they're playing their own game. They're not playing for us, fantasy wise. But of course, we're sitting here like, man, you got them all the way down there. You're not going to let, Moss pound it in real quick. And,
You can thank Kareem Hunt for that.
yeah,
yeah, he
stuff like
started that
that.
whole
Like,
thing.
yeah,
No,
there's
but
ridiculous.
it just in general, I mean, the only thing you could say that you could be a little nervous about is with Zach Moss is Jonathan Taylor's back are eligible to play after next week. There's no
Yes.
word on
That
yet
was
if he can play or if he's gonna
right.
play. I think he's still in contract negotiations,
Yeah,
which is upsetting to me because he's such a good talent. And if you look at
absolutely.
what Zach Moss is doing, like Jonathan Taylor obviously could do better than that.
Of
Like
course,
so,
yeah.
it's just like there's so much goddamn fantasy potential right there, just
Uh,
wasted.
you got to plot week in, week out. The only reason why I picked up Moss is because, like, unfortunately, Richardson got injured, and Richardson's a scrambler like a Vic. So he's taking most of the runs and scoring all the touchdowns. But when he got hurt, I was like, I'm gonna pick up Moss because with Minshew, they're gonna play more straight up, just like an actual run game, not gonna scramble too much and let him do his own little Lamar Jackson type thing. So I was like, if they're gonna play straight up running, I'm gonna pick up this guy, and he's been doing great.
Oh no, definitely. He's
So
been
at a certain point, I might have to let him go, but luckily Swift has picked up some spots, so maybe I move him to running back too, and then kind of worry about that receiver running back mix later.
oh yeah, for sure. I think you're in a good spot here right now with those running backs that you have,
Mhm.
right? But let's go ahead and dive into Toxic League for last week. You did have a matchup in this league, so you had a rough week this last week.
It was awful.
81 points against Billy the Goat. What
His team is
his team is
his team's
stacked.
ridiculous.
His
It's
team.
it's
Let's take a
insane.
look.
Let's take a look.
It's stacked. It's just, I mean, against anybody.
He's got the Raper. Oh wait,
Great.
sorry.
Oh, Watson.
He's got the massagist. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was therapist, not
Therapist.
rapist.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So top to bottom, Billy the Goat's got Deshaun Watson, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, DK Metcalf, T. Higgins, Travis Kelce, Alexander Madison, Will Lutz, and the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good team right there.
it's so well balanced because I mean, Watson, he's pretty mobile, and like Cleveland in general, I feel like is a pretty decently high scoring team. They just have like those kind of crazy, just firing at you offense. So him getting points, and he can do it on his own feet too. So he's usually primed for at least running one in himself.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's a consistent 18 to 25 point guy. Um, Dude, the only thing, like the craziest thing to say about this fantasy football team, looking at um, Brent's right now, it's crazy to me to say that Josh Jacobs is probably, I mean, besides T Higgins, is probably his weakest links right now. And like,
Right.
if you said that last year, people would be that you're fucking crazy.
I
Right.
still think it's Madison, honestly.
I
Yeah.
thought the same thing. He did have a good week last week, and he did a
Yeah.
lot more than I thought he was. But yeah, his I mean, really, other than Higgins, like for the most part, his whole lineup is like the main guys of that team. Like Higgins is definitely not the first option on the Bengals, but
Yeah,
consistent
he might
enough to
be.
where he'll squeeze you in some points.
Yeah, he's more of the he's a rain or drought. He's either
Yeah,
going to get fucking 25 points or he's not going to get targeted or he's not going to catch a ball. So I don't know.
exactly.
I see that situation in Cincinnati. I don't see Higgins there again next year. Either Higgins or Boyd. One of them is going to be gone next year. They just have too many.
Boyd is the exact same. I mean, it's almost it's a good problem to have too many weapons because they're both great receivers, but I think they would be better off, being wide receiver one somewhere else.
Oh yeah, I think they both.
Cardinals.
I think they both have the talent to
Yeah,
do that. That I mean,
I think the Cardinals.
I'd love to see T Higgins on the Cardinals.
yeah.
That'd be amazing. What's his name? God damn it, Caleb Williams could throw to him next year
There you go.
if he doesn't decide to play another
You
year.
guys want you guys
Yeah.
want Caleb Williams, right?
Yeah, everybody wants Caleb
Yeah.
Williams.
True.
But yeah, so I mean, just a complete breakdown on your side. I mean, Jalen Hurts doing what Jalen Hurts does. Zach Moss got
Yep.
to 22 points, but the rest of that, like looking down the
Yeah.
lineup there, Derrick Henry with a 2. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, bud?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? Nothing? Like, I know Cleveland's good, but I mean, you could like nothing. But then, I got the red zone going, and every time Tennessee pops up, it's Tannehill getting sacked on, it's 4th and 15.
Yeah, you should pick up
Because
their
they couldn't.
kicker.
Yeah. So if they can get even downfield, then the kind of the same reason why I'm benching Hopkins. It's just, I kind of
That's
I
so
guess made the
sad.
mistake of picking too many couple guys on the same team doesn't help, really. So that was kind of Hopkins was kind of an impulse pick, but he's definitely not he's that guy for sure, but you got to be able to get a good ball to him for him to do his thing, and it just hasn't happened. So that's why I'm kind of giving Gabe Davis a shot. And Broncos offense kind of wishy-washy, but I mean Sutton's kind of their main guy. It seems like he's getting more targets than like Judy and anybody else.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't-
He's the guy.
I don't even see them as wishy-washy. I just see them as washy.
Yeah, no
I'm
wishy,
sorry,
just washy.
I'm a pessimist this week. I had a bad week,
He
okay?
had a bad week. He's down in the dumps. But yeah, like DeAndre Hopkins is like a low end flex player at the moment right now. Like, and that's just
Yeah.
fucking crazy to think.
And it's too bad.
It's a 14-man league.
Yeah, you go back to a year ago, and Hopkins is like you better have Hopkins on your team. But now it's just I don't know. I don't know if Tennessee is just trying to figure it out, but it just ain't like that anymore.
Yeah, no, they need to do something with their offensive line. They need to make sure they protect the ball. They need to protect
Yeah.
Tannehill to give him enough time to goddamn throw the ball. But I feel like
Absolutely.
that's half the league this year. Like Cincinnati's having a problem covering Joe Burrow, even though they just invested
time.
all that money in their line. Trevor Lawrence had a
Yeah.
bad time trying to throw the goddamn ball last week too.
Yeah,
It's
against
just
the Texans, that was rough. That was child's play. It looked like it was. Yeah, they couldn't get anything going, and yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Aaron throws all that.
Dak Prescott couldn't throw the ball last week. It's just these.
He's one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL when you really think about it.
When you really
You
think
know,
about it, like
yeah.
they should probably just start Trey Lance over there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why he's still a free agent, but nobody wants him. Can't imagine why.
We talked about this last week. I'm not even listening to you guys.
It's funny because all of our quarterbacks are worse than Dak Prescott, and yet we're still here and doing
Why
that
did
to you.
you
It's like
choose-
not even fair.
Hey, Andy Dalton
Dalton.
did fine.
No eyebrows. Romeo Dobbs is better than Dak Prescott. They beat him.
Why did you choose violence today?
I am just kidding. But let's go ahead and
It's
just
not
jump.
right.
It's not right. We'll go ahead and jump into the rest of week 2. But I want to thank you, Jonah, for joining us today. Thanks for coming on the show and showing us some love.
Yes, sir.
Good luck this week in your matchup. But we're going to dive into the leagues here now. But we appreciate you, man.
Sounds good. Till next time, guys.
Anything you want to say before you go?
Go Panthers. Cowboys suck.
You love to see it. All right. You have a good night, man.
Amen.
Adios.
Poor Nick. Poor Nick. He never deserved any of this.
He
But he
never
did.
did.
But he did.
But he
But
does.
he did.
But he does.
Listen, I am one of the most realistic, humble Cowboys fans ever. But I'll take it. I get it. It's a rough team to love.
Yeah, it is a rough team to love. You do take it on the chin, so I
Mhm.
appreciate that about you. I mean, there's other people in the lab that
Oh
the Cowboys lose, and then all of a sudden they're not showing up to work. So
yeah, I don't want to mention any names. Shelby, Damien.
Wow, your coughs sound a lot like names. Nick,
Wow.
you know what's funny? It's funny because what you said last week about how if it's a Dallas Cowboy, like with Herbert, right? When we're talking about Herbert and
Mhm.
Herbert was a Cowboy, right? It's the same shit. Dude,
Mhm.
I low-key couldn't wait for this podcast just to destroy you. Even though 2 weeks prior, your Cowboys demolished my Giants at home on national TV. And it didn't matter. Even though that
Mhm.
you have that in your back pocket, I knew coming in today that I could destroy you. And I'm
I'll
not
accept
done.
it. No, that's fine. Keep it coming.
it's out of love, Nick. All right, so let's
It's
jump.
about-
Hey, you know what though? You didn't see these things down this week. I'll take it.
Nobody questions your fanhood here. It's just gonna happen. Just like
Every time they lose.
I'm gonna yeah, and I'm gonna deserve it every time the Giants lose. So looking at a rough next 15 weeks, boys.
Yeah, same. Looking at a rough next 15 weeks here for the Cardinals as well. So we're down in the dumps with you, so no worries. But let's go ahead and jump into week 3 for the Toxic League. We had me going against J Ray, absolutely slapped him around a little bit. We had Justin going against Thumb in the Bum, which is Chris. Justin's on his 16 game win streak still. So,
Mhm.
so I mean, I'm just gonna keep giving him his flowers.
Wait. First, Losers Island mention.
Are we starting that in week 3?
0-3. 3 losses in a row.
3 losses. So we actually have 2 members on the island here
Mhm.
in the Toxic League. We have Chris and we have Gabe. Surprisingly, Chad's not on the island. Let's go, Chad. Not on the island with that rough team. Look at him. But Gabe went down.
Nah.
Gabe actually had a really solid week this week. He put up 146. I think that's the most his team's done this year. But he unfortunately went against Mrs. Spida, and they dropped 163 on his head. So you love to see that. I mean, you don't love to see that if you're Gabe, but you love to see that if you're Mrs. Spida. But we have Fiddy's Bodega, Mr. Chad himself, taking down the disappointments, which is Renee. I mean, you had a solid victory over him, 114 over 98. And then, last but not least, we had Half a Chub that was just on here going down to Billy the Goat. So, I mean, we have some high scoring this week. I think this is a little bit of an inflation week because of how good Miami did. A lot of people popped off this week, though. Like Devontae Adams got 40. Some fantasy studs really popped off this week. You're going to see it throughout all the leagues. There's some high scoring this week. But I do want to mention this. In this league, next week, one of the undefeateds is going down. Because Billy the Goat is going against Justin. So
yes,
let's see if Justin's streak comes to an end.
I hope it's Justin. I hope Justin loses.
Let's put a bet on this right here.
Are we putting a bet on this live right now?
Yeah.
Right now?
Let's put a bet on it.
All right,
Right now.
What are we betting?
Loser has to do the next stream topless.
Topless. Well, you guys can take this bet because no one will ever see you without a shirt on. So,
wait. So what was last night? Then?
we don't talk about that.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, man.
The women will flock to our channel. It'll be like the Swifties. I can't.
Yo, Nick, I got it. You ready?
Yeah.
Loser has to shave the beard off.
No, fuck that.
I don't got a beard, so
I'd
I'm
sooner
in.
get the winner's name tattooed on me than do that.
Damn, I respect
I,
the
res-
loyalty to the beard. I really do.
I
I
really
really do.
do.
Whenever I shave it off, I'm like, wow, you look like giant fucking penis.
Okay, so you're saying that Justin will win?
I'm gonna take Justin. Yeah, I'm gonna take Justin.
Okay. Okay. So we'll throw 10 on it. We'll throw 10 on it. I think Justin will win. So I'm throwing away a losing bet, but I hope he doesn't just because this streak needs to end now.
Yeah, bro, he hasn't lost in
So
Forever.
forever.
we'll throw 10 on it.
All right, so we're gonna sprinkle.
Dude's
We're
got
gonna
a full
sprinkle
season
some.
under his belt.
We're gonna sprinkle some bad voodoo on Justin. I actually am going against Justin as well this week. So Chad, if you want to take a double bet of $10 each, then you could come away with a little $20 for your action for your little lunch money. Yeah, you in? You
All
in?
right.
All right, he's in. All right, all right. So
Hey,
Justin, it's all on you. If you lose, then Chad doesn't get to eat lunch. All right, so
he's in New York. I'll buy him a bagel.
A what?
a bagel.
A bagel? Bagel?
Bagel for the boys.
Bagel, $20.
All right, let's jump into Easy Dub here.
Yes.
I had to go against Mr. Nick. So I went ahead and gave him a pounding. Oh, wait, what? I went ahead and took down Nick
Oh.
this
No loop.
week. So he was undefeated in this league as well. So now we're both sitting at 2-1, looking good here. So everybody in this league is no longer undefeated. We had a very, very close upset against Matt and Natalie, which we will dive into here shortly.
Hold on, though.
Oh,
Do we want to dive into that?
we're going to mention it. We're going to mention it right
Damian
now.
Shelby.
Yeah, we're gonna. No, I mean, I don't want to dive into that one. I want to dive into
Cowboys fans?
Yeah, I mean, there are two Cowboy fans going at each other. We don't got to give them that much light. The Cowboys lost.
Adam, your camera lost focus, by the way.
Oh shit! Sorry.
It never loses focus. He's beautiful all the time.
Yeah, I'm trying to blur
Well,
it
that's
out so you guys don't
fine.
have to see my ugly mug. But
First off, you're beautiful.
oh my god! All right, then we had Isaiah taking down Theo. Theo is now a new member of Losers Island. Welcome, Theo. We're going to go down to Big Dog Bites in a tough loss for his first L against Big Dick Jerry Jones. This is actually a loss by Jamar Chase on Monday night. He did just enough to bring him into to winning. And then we have Hitting Ruggs getting his first win. Chris, congratulations, going up 167 points on Zane's head. Zane has continued to have very good games, but he has also continued to be ran through by this league. It is not called Easy Dubs for a reason, because Zane, right now, you are on Losers Island, and you are the Easy Dubs, sir.
I hope you and Theo could get a fire started.
Yeah, I mean,
Am I in this league?
you are not in this league, Chad.
You were not in
Okay.
this league.
No.
Okay. I'm like, wait, where's my scoreboard?
I just want to see real quick. Okay, so Theo
Let's
and Zane.
take a look.
Yeah, we're gonna go into the game. I'm just making sure that Theo and Zane weren't playing each other next week, so we only have one person on the island. But there's possibilities to still have two more people on the island next week.
Oh my god, the
this-
1.16 loss is brutal.
It gets worse,
Uh-oh.
Chad. It gets worse
It gets way worse.
because Puka Nakua right here at the end of the game caught like a 45-yard pass, and that's what brought him above her, because she had T. Higgins in that same game who gave her 4.10. Yikes.
It was. She was. I've never in my life seen someone root for a team that they hate or don't even like in my life. It was insane. Cincinnati's defense. You would have thought it's her favorite team.
Who is this? Who lost this one?
Natalie.
Just Natalie.
And you know what's crazy is Natalie, after that big game in the other league, what was it, Devontae Adams had, she probably was like, oh, yo, I got Kieran Williams. I got a fucking shot here. And then Kieran Williams went, nope. Nope.
Nope, not today.
Nope.
But
Let's
yeah,
just
I
look at
mean,
all of hers. We'll look at all three of hers.
Well, yeah, we'll look at all three of Natalie's losses. Or did she lose in all three? I don't think so.
Unsure. You want me to yell and ask?
Nah, it's fine. We'll get to it on the podcast. But yeah, I mean, it's just a rough week for her. I mean, neither one of them broke 100, but they have some studs on their goddamn team. Just no one all performed at once. I mean, Lamar got her 28. You think that would be good enough with her team? But Rashad White let her down. Stevenson let her down. T. Higgins let her down. Other than that, like you kind of got what you expected from everybody else. CeeDee Lamb had a underperformance. I mean, but he still gets you double digits. Michael Pittman putting up 16 with Minshew over there, so that's pretty solid. I mean, he's been doing good under Richardson with Minshew. I mean, he's still got his touches.
Mm-hmm. I don't understand how Miami's defense only got 8 though.
Because they were never on the field because the Miami just kept scoring, like not fast but scoring. But let's go ahead and go into points galore here. This is a league that we are all in. This is Crazy League. So up top,
Look at that score by Chris, Mike. It's insane.
Yes, we're gonna dive into that one this week.
We'll have to talk about that one because.
Yeah, take it away, Nick. Go top to bottom on this one.
All right. So hold on, I gotta switch. Your screen is way too small there, bud.
You got a bigger monitor, sir.
Oh, that's true. That is true. But I'm using. I think it's one of like the biggest laptops we got here. The beauty of it is it's not restarting every 10 minutes this year.
Yeah, you love to see it.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
so happy for you.
I'll go top to bottom. So Adam and I actually played each other in 2 leagues. So we played each other in Easy Dubs, and then we played each other in this one. So Adam got his win there. I got my win here. So I'm not as upset. This is my one win, and I couldn't have beat a better person.
Hey, listen. I put up 808 this week with a player taking a 0 because I was not dropping Saquon Barkley. All right, so
On time out. Didn't you two have like a standing bet? But Nick, if I remember correctly, you had said you were like, I expect to lose this one game. Was this the one that you expected to lose?
no.
Week 7.
Oh, I thought it was for this. Okay, so all right, got you.
No, so
You guys-
I was trying to have him make a bet for the Easy Dubs, because I was like, all right, this is a game where we're both matched up, and he didn't want to do the bet because he wanted to do either one of us won both, or if we split 1 and 1, the bet was void. I was like, I'm losing this league. I already knew that, so I wanted him just to bet on the Easy Dubs, but he wasn't taking the bait.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. I know when to cut my losses. So, anyways, I beat Adam, 939.5, 808.5. You got Judge taking down Natalie.
Yeah, second loss.
Yeah, I can't say it that loud. I'll get something thrown at me. 721 to 682.5. We got I'm the problem, it's me. That's Kim. Losing to who's King? Who is that guy?
I have no idea.
I
But he
have no
probably
idea.
wears a crown, and he has. He
I
probably
bet
wears a
I
crown
bet he's hot though.
and has.
I think he's
has
super
no- and
handsome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah. So Chad taking down Kim, who I mean, he was talking some serious shit to start off the season. I mean, he
And
thought
she's
she was
always
an
great.
Asian dude, but so anyways, there is and I skipped the other one for a
You
reason.
got to mention
There is
the 2 members of Loser
that's where I'm
Islands.
going. 2 people on Losers Island.
Yeah, me.
How is it down there, bud? How is it on the island?
It's actually feeling pretty good because I'm gonna have Saquon coming back online, then I'm gonna have Cooper Kupp coming back online. So I'm pretty happy. I mean, everybody makes playoffs in this league, so as long as my guys can stay healthy, I think I'm sitting pretty good.
I heard they sell skunk. They sell skunk beer on Loser Island. Adam, can you confirm? Since you're the only one of the 3 this year who could confirm such a thing.
I can't confirm it. I'm just too busy. Just talking to my guys, making sure they're ready for the next week. Because we're not staying on the island. The island is going to be like a thing of the past for us, and we're going to make that
Famous
swim.
last words.
We're going to make the swim across.
But I mean, Kim's there with you at least. I mean, just tell her to do better, please.
Hey Kim, can you please do better? Thank you.
So
Hey,
Matt,
just remember. Hey, she got an A. Just remember.
yeah. Okay, we'll talk about that later this season. So this is Matt's baby. This is Matt's favorite league, and Matt loses to Chris. Matt did not only lose to Chris though. Chris is the second player in 2 years to reach the 1,200 point mark.
Hey,
Now the significant
the crazy thing is, the both times it's been 1,200, it's been on Matt.
and it's a Fena Flores.
Yeah, it's crazy. Who would have thought?
Yeah, who'd have
Wow.
thunk it? Yep.
It's not,
So-
yeah, you know what? That's his fault for being a fucking Eagles fan.
Yeah.
Go Birds.
So the shitty part for you, Chad, is you now owe Chris $5, as does everyone else in the league.
Yeah.
1,200 points is our mark. Every time someone hits 1,200 points, everyone owes them $5. Now, we don't pay that to the end of the season. So if you can hit 1,200 points somehow, doubt it, then you won't owe Chris money. You guys will null and void.
That was a crazy comment. You love to see it, but I don't understand why. It's just, you know,
Doubt it.
Cowboy
Oh, no,
fans,
oh,
it's
no,
crazy.
The hurt was definitely deserved. Just to be clear, it was definitely deserved. Yeah.
But yeah, let's look into Chris's team. real quick,
Congratulations.
man.
Yeah. Congratulations, Chris.
Yeah, congratulations, Chris.
Good job,
It's just it's ridiculous to just.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't Chris score over 1,000 last week
Yes.
as well? Whew.
Yeah.
He's got more points in 2 weeks than Kim has on the whole season. Someone had to say
it. Sorry, Kim. Straight out of nowhere, but you deserved it.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is.
But yeah, we have Lamar Jackson almost dropping 200 points, 194 for him. Raheem Mostert, 173. Christian McCaffrey, 130. Keenan Allen with a 260-point game.
Number one player in the league. Number one player in the league right now, points wise.
That's massive right there. Amon-Ra St. Brown doing what Amon-Ra St. Brown does. 115 out of him. Darren Waller, lackluster with 23, but Kenneth Walker dropping 171. And then Young Ho Koo.
Didn't I call that last week?
You did. You said Kenneth Walker was going to pop off.
You did.
The Bills defense, pulling the Dallas Cowboys move and dropping over 104. So that's I don't remember what the Dallas had. Did they have 101 or 103?
They had let me get there. It was week 1, right?
Yeah.
Week 1.
They still had a good week.
They had it's week 2. Right?
No, it should have been week 1. Because they played the Giants. So that should be the one where they had over 100.
Am I on the wrong damn week?
I think you're in the wrong league, bud.
I was on week 2. What an idiot. 109.
Okay, so Dallas is still the highest scoring defense in this league. But 104 out of the Bills. I think that's pretty goddamn impressive. Like, I don't think last year we saw any defense get over 50.
No, we did. We didn't get to see any over 100 for sure.
Yeah, over 100.
Except for the first 2 weeks. Remember, we started with 100.
Yes, we did.
And then we switched it. So
yeah, but
trial year.
I mean, Matt still had a solid week this week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his kicker put up 180. Kept him in it. They kept him in it, but like everyone else, it's like more in the mid range. Kyren Williams kind of didn't help him out. Derrick Henry didn't help him out at all. Tua's still putting up numbers. I think he's going to continue to put up numbers. Miami's looking scary on offense. Philly giving them 64. I mean, that's fucking solid as well. But yeah, it's hard. You're never going to beat a person that's dropping 1,200. No. So it's a hard one to win. It's a tough loss for Matt, but this is his baby. He'll bounce back. But congratulations, Chris. You get your $5 for everybody at the end of the season. Yeah, let's see if anybody else can crack 1,200 this year. I mean, he set the bar pretty high, pretty early. Let's see how it goes.
I'm not excited because I actually go against Chris this next week. So
expect another 1,000 yard, 1,000 point week from Chris.
Are you a little? You're a little. I mean, you know what? I'd be scared too right now if I was going.
100%.
Yeah, with the way they're putting up points, I'd probably be peeing myself literally as we speak.
Oh no!
I already did.
Yeah, fun fact: When's the last time? When's the last time you guys peed yourself? Let's be real. Let's be honest here. Let's have a real conversation.
That's a
06.
different podcast, but that's after this.
Yeah, that's the OnlyFans podcast, Chad. Come on.
Oh, my bad.
Come on. We can't be giving
It's
this
only
sneak
it's
peek.
only $9.99 a month, and we're running in the sale through the end of the month. So sign up quick.
It's called Off the Balls as well. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and jump into Living Legacy League. This is the Dynasty League. I had a tough week against Matt. I am another member of Losers Island in this league. Never Sunny in Philly takes me down 166 to 122. I believe he had Mostart and the Bills defense in here. I think I was done pretty much by Sunday afternoon. I don't think I could have caught him. Then we have Nick going down against Legacy Wiener, which is Chris. So Chris put up some points this week. Arizonians are the worst, taking down Chase and Legacy. Oh, and then we had Straw Hats losing to Trey McBride. Is Travis Kelsey. That's Zane. So Zane is 3-0 in this league. That doesn't matter, and he's 0-3 in the league that matters. I'm just kidding. This league matters. Yeah. This league matters for sure. We're testing out stuff, but I mean, he's doing good in here. Even though when I first saw his team on paper, I thought,
it looked terrible.
It looked terrible.
Injuries
for sure. Yeah,
injuries helped him out.
But Chris almost put up 200 points this week. And then Natalie, a straight third loss. I mean, she had a terrible week this week. I think she had like 2 back-to-back 3-0s, and then now going 0-3. I mean, I think her season's pretty much over. We should probably just start sending her trades that way. But which game do you guys want to dive into here?
Let's dive into that one.
Yeah, Melosi's win. Let's dive into Melosi's win.
Oh, okay.
All right, Melosi. Let's see what's going on here. Break it down for us.
All right. Well, hold on. I'm actually gonna, because I'm on my I'm on my tablet, so my screen is also really tiny right now. All right. So
New Yorkians are the worst.
That's crazy. So what's funny is I told them I was going to bring my camera, and then as I'm boarding the plane, I literally go, "Oh shit!" like just out loud.
They don't have them. They don't have them in Colorado.
I haven't had time to go do anything.
48 hours. You said it.
No, 38, babe.
Oh.
30.
You guys are wild. But let's go break down this week for us, Chad.
All right. So I had Josh Allen against Justin Fields. Josh Allen he's been okay this year. I haven't had a signature game out of him yet, but it was enough to deal with Justin Fields. I mean, look, Chicago's got a problem right now. You needed to see improvement from him this year, and there's none. I feel like he gets maybe 3 more starts, and if they don't win 2 of those 3 games, they need to start having real conversations about what to do.
100%.
Miles Sanders, who is again a guy that I've picked up off the bench. He's had a nice little some nice little job over in Carolina for me. He's never going to give me 30 points in a game, but if Miles Sanders wants to, put up points for me, especially 17 points, I'll take it all day. I was saying this like with Kyron Williams again, same thing. That was the Monday night play. So real quick, my team was done, and and Natalie had Devontae Adams on Sunday night, and then Kyron Williams on Monday night, and Devontae Adams 42.2 points, and I was just like, oh shit, she's got a chance. Like this is a much more manageable number to get than it was before. I mean, literally last week he put up enough points that would have beaten me this week. The Rams offense was abysmal, but you know what? So was the Bengals. So outside of Jamar Chase, so was the Bengals. ETN and Breece Hall. I mean, it's crazy how Garrett Wilson was like a solid late second, early third round pick. Breece Hall was like a solid 4th or 5th round pick, and like after that first game, you're just like, okay, these guys are big. And then, man, let me tell you, Zach Wilson. I think I said it last week, bro. He sucks. Get him out of
He
the
has
starting field.
single-handedly ruined everything.
Yeah, it's just like, yo, that Jets team is talented,
Mhm.
but when you have a guy that, dude, there are better backup quarterbacks right now
Mhm.
Yeah.
that are not starting over him. It's like, I know that they tried that the Jets signed Trevor Siemian, but there's like this part of me that's just like, no, I'm sure you guys saw that letter that Kaepernick wrote. It's like,
Yep.
I
at
did
this
not.
point, what? No, yeah, it's Kaepernick wrote the Jets a letter saying, "Let me sign me your practice squad." Anyways,
Yeah.
they suck. Justin Jefferson has just
Yeah.
been ridiculous.
Yeah.
He has just been ridiculous this year. I mean, like, consistent's the wrong word. He's been middle to upper floor every single game this season. You love to see it. We saw Devontae Adams pop off.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Although Jimmy G sprained his shoulder, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And Devonte
Okay.
Mhm.
Adams is like, from what I heard last, is he's looking to be traded. He does not want to be on the Raiders anymore.
Well, he only went there
For
for
Carr,
Carr.
yeah,
For Carr, right? Right. Um, Olave and Metcalf, both receivers had good weeks there. Olave is definitely proving to be a stud. He is after a really nice rookie campaign. I think we talked about it in our first week one. I feel good about
Mhm.
Olave this year. I think this, when Carr comes
Absolutely.
back, there's a lot of potential. Metcalf's gonna Metcalf.
yeah.
We've talked about the Seahawks receivers so many times. It's like, is it Lockett? Is it Metcalf? We'll see how the Seahawks continue to get Kenneth Walker involved. That kid's clearly electric. He needs to be a focal part of that offense. Um, Evan Ingram. I got to be honest with you. Ingram has been a nice little starting tight end, draft pick for me. He has not had a monster game, but he has put up 8 to 15 points every single week so far for me.
On that though, as soon as Trevor Lawrence can figure whatever he's dealing with out, I see those numbers going down.
Maybe, but if you know what, Nick?
I think he's Trevor Lawrence's safety right now.
Yeah, but if you go and look at last season too, though,
Yes.
when the Giants traded Ingram over there, if you go and you
Mhm.
look, this is what he did every single like. I'm not going to agree with you because there have been no signs to show that that's going to be the case. But we'll revisit
Mhm.
this in week 10. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, and Kendre Miller. That was it's kind of like a last minute play. I took Pacheco out and put him instead, and I was just like, yeah, let's just see what the kid can do. Um, didn't work out at all. And Nat started Jerry Judy, who gave 13 points, but I think that you're looking for a little more from Judy. And then kickers, Gano versus Butker, is what it is. And then our defenses played each other, and obviously the Patriots beat the Jets. It is crazy. That was the 15th straight loss the Jets have suffered to the Patriots.
All on Zach Wilson. I'm just kidding. No. But yeah,
Yeah.
No,
they're just
no, it's,
Fuck
it's,
you,
it's a
Zach
crazy, it's a,
Wilson.
it's a, it's a crazy stat. I mean, if they lose the second game this year, that's 8 years straight. And it's not like Tom Brady retired from the Patriots last year. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just a wild stat, but it was a good game. Nat, GG's, you tried your hardest and it still wasn't enough, but you tried. And I think that that's the important note
Just
that
be
we should
better.
all take from here.
yeah. You just got to do
Yeah,
better,
yeah,
Natalie.
yeah. And it's not going to happen. But hey, again, you tried, and somewhere, not here, but somewhere, that matters.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I
Yeah.
will I will give Natalie a little tip right now. Get off of the Dalton Schultz train. It's been 3 weeks now. He's literally done nothing over there in
Now,
Houston.
now it's
Yeah,
worry
now
time.
now it's time to pull the plug on him. There's other tight ends that are available that people haven't scooped up yet, but they're like top 5 tight ends at the moment. Like like we got Laporta from Detroit. He's got to be picked up in every league now. I mean, that kid is popping off. I mean, Hunter Henry. Who else? I mean, I don't
Well,
know.
let's
I feel like you could play matchups a little bit more with your tight end to get a better one than Dalton Schultz.
um yeah, no, yeah, he's definitely picked up. I think your best bet, honestly, right now is no one. It's almost Dalton Schultz.
So hit the trades, Natalie.
And
Hit the
trades.
I mean,
trades.
you got Jake Ferguson. The top three is Jake Ferguson, from Dallas, and third Luke Musgrave. Who the hell is that from Green Bay? And then Donald Parham from the Chargers. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of rough right there actually. So
Mhm.
maybe someone's got a tight end stashed on their bench in this league. So make some trade requests, Natalie. But yeah, I mean besides that, like I know she has a good team in this league. I think she
Mhm.
might have some one or two people on injury, but I mean Kyrie Williams, he's been showing that he could do like have the big game potential. I think this was just an off game for him since he came in and punched him in the mouth. Brees Hall and Dalvin Cook, that's a whole different story. I don't. It's getting to the point where you just can't trust anybody on the Jets at the moment with Zach Wilson at the
mhm.
helm.
No,
Uh,
no, no. Hold on, though. We can't put it all on Zach Wilson. Fuck you, Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, fuck you for tearing your ACL. How dare you, old man? You 40-year-old playing football. God damn it. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the first ESPN league. This is the league where I
Mhm.
got absolutely pooped on. I went against Team Virgil, who's 3-0, and he dropped 226 on my head. So we're going to dive into this one shortly.
Uh,
Uh,
oh,
yeah, I had a
that's
sol-
whoa! Holy shit! Look at that score compared to every. Whoa!
Yeah, yep,
You
ridiculous.
okay, Adam?
No, I mean, I'm in Losers Island for a reason in this league because my team can perform, but everyone's just picking on me. I don't know. They just want to take
Adam,
turns
how many
beating me up.
how many leagues are you in? Are you in three Loser Lions?
I, huh? I'm in six
Six?
leagues.
No, no, no,
Six leagues.
no. But yeah, but how many of those leagues are you on Losers Island?
Hey, don't worry about me right now. I things are happening,
I
Chad.
just,
Things are happening. But no, I'm in Losers Island in half of them. In half of them, Chad. If you really wanted to
Can we
hear that,
can we get a new host?
I wanted to
Someone
hear
who
that. Can you say it again?
I'm in Losers Island in half of my leagues. But at
Nick,
least I'm
Nick,
joined.
Adam, hold on, side chat. Nick, do you want to get someone who's good at fantasy football to be the host instead of this guy?
Were you talking about yourself?
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. I
Excuse
am
me.
2-1, 2-1, and 1-2. I will happily take that right now, especially when I was expecting nothing from one team. At least I'm
You
not
don't.
0-3 in half of my leagues.
You don't.
We've
You
had a
don't
rough
talk
start.
about my main co-host like that.
I appreciate you, Nick. Thanks for backing
Oh,
me up.
you're soft. Take
You're
that beard
so,
off.
take the beer off. But we had put me in coach, take it down Quatch Rocket, 114 to 73, 46 too fast, 148 over for Shizzle by Nizzle. He is on Losers Island as well. So at least I have company in this league. Thank you for joining me there. Miss Ebbs went down to Team D-Niners, 96 to 96, 96.94 against 96.9. He lost
That's
by
rough.
point oh 0.04. 0.04. That's rough. But Team Weeks going down against Billy the Goat. Billy the Goat is having a solid season so far. Like he's either 3-0 or 2-1 in all his leagues, so kicking some ass. The 12-year-old 148 over Game of Thrones, taking him down. But let's just dive into this one real quick and get the hurt out of the way. Um, yeah, there wasn't much I could do here. He had, I think, 170 going into the afternoon games on Sunday, so it was pretty freaking awesome. Jared Goff dropping 18 points, Kenneth Walker 30, Raheem Mostart 45. So there's 75 points between your running backs right there. Then he had Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra St. Brown, T.J. Hawkinson, Zach Moss. So
Filthy.
he scored 90 points from just his three running backs.
Wow.
Disgusting. 31 points from the Bills defense. Tyler Bass putting up 15 because why the fuck not, right? Why wouldn't your kicker put up 15 when you're already scoring 200 points? But I mean, yeah, his team looks good. I mean, he's 3-0 right now. He started Jared Goff
E-
over Joe
Even
Burrow.
even
Yeah,
his bench had a pretty nice week.
yeah. Even his bench had a
He's
nice week.
doing so well up there that he leaves an open spot on his bench just in case.
Just in case. This is the just in case, like he wants to grab anybody he wants.
Nah.
No, I think he moved Jeff Wilson to the IR, so he's got that spot there, right there. But I mean, I had a solid week this week. I put up 138. I mean, the only disappointment on my team really is that I played this guy. But Kenneth Gainwell only giving me 5.8. I had to play him because I I really don't have that many running backs in the league. Damian Pierce finally had a good week for me, but David Montgomery being hurt, I had to scramble for a running back. And Kenneth Gainwell, I figured Philly, give him a chance, let that guy go in, especially after Swift had a big game last week. But yeah, Amari Cooper doing Amari Cooper things. Devonta Smith, I mean, this is the first week that AJ Brown has outscored him. So, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. We're not panicking. We're not panicking, guys. We're not panicking. But yeah,
You should panic in a couple leagues.
yeah. I mean, don't worry about me, Nick. Worry about your goddamn Cowboys. But let's go ahead. I mean, I got pooped on in this league. There's not much more to say about it. Congratulations, Team Virgil. You got to beat me around for 1 week. I will be back. We'll be back. All right. So we're going into the last ESPN league that I am in. So Saints and Sinners. This is Miss Ebbs as well. I lost to her, 92 to 119. Game of Throws, which is Chris, taking down Billy the Goat. Oh no. Sorry, this is Game of Throws is not Chris. Game of Throws taking down Billy the Goat. Team Cisco taking down Sunday Nights. Niner Gang losing to Jeezy's MD. And then Lord of Touchdowns taking down Loose Passes, which is Chris. So in this league, pretty back and forth. We have no 0-3s in this league, so nobody in Losers Island. Yeah, everyone 2-1.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Congratulations on almost everyone scoring over 100 points in this league.
yeah.
This week.
But me. Thanks for pointing that out, Nick. I appreciate you. Would you go this week? 1-3?
1-3. Oh, hey, what we're about to look at, you would have beat me.
I would have beat you. Oh
Right.
my god!
100%.
Let's go ahead and jump into your league real quick. Did you play like the Dallas Cowboys this week? What was going on?
I play the Dallas Cowboys every week. That's all I have.
No, I said, did you play like the Dallas Cowboys?
Always. I always play like the Dallas Cowboys, okay?
All right.
That's
all
why
right.
I started off so well, and then... So, you can see this, right?
Yes.
I got like a million screens open, so... All right, so Jose going down to Alexis. Alexis, I'll say it again. You remember last season we started off and every week we were talking about Alexis and how horrible she was doing. Starting off this year 3-0.
3-0. You love to
I
see
think
it.
I think her and Ball Fondlers Luis are the only two 3-0 teams.
Very nice.
So yeah, good for them.
Congrats.
So there's more people on Losers Island though than there is on Winners Island in this league. But we'll get there. We'll go after that in a little bit. So yeah, Alexis beats Jose. Good week. Mike coming up over Annabella and Juan, which they had a good week. 151.
Yeah, that's rough. They beat
Just
everyone else this week.
not good enough, and it took them down to Losers Island. So they're on Losers Island with Saletha, and there's another one, Gracie. And I'm so glad I did not play Gracie this week, and I did last week because this week was terrible for me. So Kim, another loss to Adrian. Do better, Kim.
You better.
Just do better. Now, I want you to look. We'll look after this. Luis's team is freaking dangerous, man. But Luis takes down Saleta, so a 3-0 team over, an 0-3 team. Lizzie and Lorenzo, this is their team right here. AZU Chia Clan whooping my ass.
Yeah, they dropped
Now,
it on you.
I will say that we partied a little too hard at Boots in the Park. I did sleep in past, and I left I may have left a couple of people who weren't playing in my lineup. So
Oh, so
they,
this
I
is
mean,
this is all manager fail right here. You're
this is
telling me
100% management fail. 82.06.
it's too early.
100%.
It's too early in the season to be making mistakes like that, Nick.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I
what
had
I'm a
to
little
get
upset
out of.
about is that Nick was just telling Kim to do better. Meanwhile, he left inactive players in. Nick, you do better.
Do better, Nick.
No,
Yeah.
100%. 100%. I'm glad you told me that because I was about to tell myself that, and now I don't have to.
Like
Kim,
Nick.
I don't know why Nick hurts you. No, I would never, ever, ever, ever do that to you.
Who is this guy?
Who the fuck is this
Anyways,
guy?
who the fuck's that guy? So, Rachel beating up on Gracie a little bit. Gracie's had a rough go. She didn't draft that well. She's lost players. It's a little bit rough, and I feel terrible for it. But um, I just want you to look at this. Aaron Jones got me 0. Man, this guy sucks.
Oh,
So did Jalen Waddle. This guy
Oh.
sucks.
Hey, at
No,
least you got Eckler out of there.
yeah, no, it's
Double zeros.
I've had a rough go.
Waddle didn't play? Waddle
No,
didn't play last week?
No, he was hurt.
Oh.
no,
And they still scored 70 points.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
That's
The
scary.
week that Miami goes absolutely insane, I play the one guy who's not on the field for that team. So
That's
yeah,
wild.
no, I've had a rough go of it. I mean, I drafted Jonathan Taylor knowing that he wasn't going to be there. I drafted him for those bye weeks. Austin Eckler gets hurt. Aaron Jones gets hurt. I mean, Jalen Waddle gets hurt. So I've had a rough go of it. Other than that, like minus Dalton Schultz, which now it's we freak
It's
out
over.
time, and then this little guy here, which nobody expected.
I did.
Nick, do you win if you start two? What's your score? Go show me your score again. Scroll up.
He only scored 82, so he doesn't win even if he started people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So no matter, it didn't matter. Okay,
Yeah,
so I
no,
wasn't
because
sure if it would have made a difference.
I would have had a running back and a wide receiver, and I didn't have it here. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
had
And you're
13.
getting
I would have had an extra
22.7 points.
17.
Yeah.
I would have had 17.4 points. So I still would have
Oh,
lost,
that's a
but I would have lost
projection.
I would have lost with a little bit of dignity here. Yeah, it's a rough go, and it's a different league. It's a different. I'll just leave it at that.
I mean, you just gotta do better, Nick.
I 100% need to do better than that. That
But
was
What I
that
mean,
was my first
At
loss.
least,
it'd be like
at
that.
least, you're hella cute though. I
Yeah,
mean,
you got that going for you. But yeah,
Thanks, man. Needed that.
you needed that. If you were here right now, I'd give you a big
Mhm.
hug, bud.
Yeah, it was pitiful. It's pitiful waking up a little bit later, and then you're like, I have 2 inactive players.
Yeah.
So it was 100% on manager. Not that my team would have won anyways, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. They would have gave you a chance. Like once you have
No.
2 inactive players, you're kind of just like, yeah, that week I'm
Yeah.
pretty much. You can't
Yeah,
take 2 zeros.
100%.
But
100%.
but is that the last? That is the last league for the week. But yeah, we got our guest out here at the beginning of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
But we are gonna. I'm just gonna ask you guys just one quick question before we bounce out. Who was your guys' star player this week? Don't mention anyone on the Dolphins because their whole team was stars this week. But who was your guys' stars outside of the bye?
I'll start here.
Please.
And I wanted to make this a 2-part thing. So I
You
want to
always make it.
reference something. I do, Nick. I know. Well, because it's kind of I want to tie into things that were discussed last week too, right? And so last week Adam jumped off the Justin Herbert train, right? And Herbert came back, He threw for over 300 yards this week. He got the win. However, he threw an interception that got bobbled, and then the I'm drawing a blank on who it was on the Chargers. He ended up catching it and going in for a touchdown. That would have cost the Chargers the game had that ball been caught, and it should have been. So, Adam, I just want to let you know I'm still with you, even though he got the win. I'm still with you. However, the 10-year veteran drafted in 2013 San Diego Chargers #1 round pick, Keenan Allen, being the #1 player in fantasy football right now, I mean, is just insane. I mean, Keenan Allen looks like this rejuvenated kid out there.
Yeah.
Now, health has always been a thing for him the past few seasons, so we'll see if he's able to stay up. But man, I mean, you're talking about I'm pretty confident Keenan Allen's 32 right now, and he's lighting dudes up, looking quick as hell on the field. So
Mhm.
for me personally, and this is obviously a really easy one, but for me, I mean, it's Keenan Allen just going wild for the second week in a row.
Yeah, I will say this right now on the record. Somebody get that old man a piss test right now. That guy is playing different. But no, like, okay, so did you guys end up watching the Chargers Vikings game?
I didn't get to watch a whole lot this
Okay,
weekend.
so I watched the
trying.
Chargers Vikings game. At the end of the game, I gave Justin Herbert a lot of shit. Don't get me wrong. Last week, and I'm not going to backpedal it because he needs to win his team games. They won the game, but I think it might be the coaching staff over there because these motherfuckers at the end of the game, there's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes left in the game, and they're going for it on their own 40-yard line. Only up.
Yo, that shit was
only up.
wild.
I think they were only up 1 point.
Yeah.
Yeah, going for it on the 40-yard line, missing it, only up like a couple points. It's just like, what are you guys doing? Like, the Chargers need to get their fucking head out of their ass. This is a good team. I mean, Keenan Allen is tearing up the league. Justin Herbert is still fantasy relevant, even though they can't win games. It's just, but then again, with Keenan Allen,
Eckler would have been
Williams
tearing
went
up the
down.
league too.
Huh?
Eckler would have been tearing up the league too.
Oh yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Either one of them.
Yeah, but they did just lose Mike Williams, so let's see how that affects Keenan Allen over there. I don't think it's going to affect him much.
He's done for the season, right?
Yeah, he's done for the season.
Shit.
I just
okay.
picked him up on waiver wire. I'm just kidding.
Let's go see who he dropped. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Nick, go ahead. Who was your superstar of the week?
I think it's a two-parter. I get a two-parter. So I'm going to start off, and this is not my main one, but Debo. With as much talent as they have over there, for Debo to do what Debo's been doing is awesome. I have been a couple leagues, and he's just been great. So I see Debo doing much better this season than I did last season, even though last season he did great. I see an uphill trend, so I just want to throw that out there. That's great. But my number one savior right now across multiple leagues, and this hurts me to say it, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
Mr.
Man's
fucking
been
consistency.
going off though. He's been consistently high though. Normally he's consistently mid. This year he's consistently high, and I love him for it.
Yeah, I mean, this is nothing new for Kirk Cousins, to be honest. Like you said, he's always been a consistently mid quarterback. Like, he's
Mhm.
always getting you 18, 19 points a week. And, like, you take that as your quarterback. Like, he's Mr. Consistent. But, yeah, this year, he's doing different, even though the Vikings are 0-3, which is baffles me.
It's crazy that they're 0-3 with the offensive numbers that they put up. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It has to just come down to coaching staff at that point. Like, you have so many goddamn weapons. Like, how do you not close out games?
You have the best receiver in the NFL, and it's not a debate right now.
Yeah.
It's not debatable.
And Mr. Consistency.
Yeah.
So Kirk Cousins he's already, after week 3, he's already over 1,000 yards passing, which, it's a big deal. He's already thrown 9 touchdown passes. Like, Dude's crazy. He's already scored 70 fantasy points. Like
That's ridiculous.
after week 3.
He's averaging 333 and 3 TDs a week. What more could you possibly ask from any quarterback in the first 3 weeks of the
I
season?
mean, he
What
could run.
really?
He could run the ball a little bit, you know. I'm
Well,
just kidding.
it's
I'm
almost-
just
it's
kidding.
almost- Well, he does. Hold on, he does have 17-yard rushing. So
Oh, fuck it.
that is
My
a.
boy Kirk.
But no, it's 1,075 yards. So that's what 333, an extra 25. That's
Yeah. So you're looking at like 360 yards basically a
A
week.
week. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think two is doing that, but at the same time, it's like, who really is doing that? Honestly, Trevor Lawrence is at 736, and those are just who I have on my team, so it's easy to look things here.
But
But
yeah, Kirk Cousins is popping off this year for sure. Like
Mhm.
I expect them to keep doing that. It's just they need to start closing out some goddamn games. Like I don't understand what's going on over there in their camp. But I am going to go ahead and jump on. I mean, I think I spoke about him last week or the week before. Sam Laporta, like in
you talked about him earlier.
huh?
You talked about him earlier on this podcast.
Oh yeah, talked about it earlier on this podcast. But I think that he's still only rostered like in ESPN. He's only rostered in 76 leagues or 76% of leagues. This kid,
Mhm.
or I don't know. I don't even know if he's a kid. Is he? Is he?
Yeah, let's call him. Well, he might be a kid to me, maybe not to you.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a rookie. He was a second round draft pick.
He's a second round draft pick, right? Okay, yeah, he's a rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
So let's talk about his first 3 games. So 8.9 against Kansas City, 11.3 against Seattle, 22 points against Atlanta. Like, we see a trend going up. We see his targets going up. I mean,
11 targets, 8 targets in week 2 and 11 targets in week 3. That's wide receiver 1 targets right there.
yeah. I mean, and Goff
yeah.
knows how to throw the ball. So like it's
Mhm.
I mean, this is just another weapon for Goff over there. I really am excited about this kid. I think he has the potential to be one of the top 5. I mean, we were talking about it. Remember when we were talking about the tight ends, like the top 5 currently ones, and he was on there. Like I think he's going to be on there this whole year. But yeah, I mean that's my guy. I'll keep giving him flowers. I think if he's available in your league, go grab him. Unless you have Kelsey or Mark Andrews, like at this point. So many people like in that position where they're slim pickings. I think this guy's a diamond in the rough.
Mhm.
But yeah, any last comments for everybody?
Yeah, I got a question for you. Who do you leave in? Okay, Broncos are playing the Bears, so we already talked about it. Terrible team. Okay, I've got Cortland Sutton and Samaje Perine going against, and then I have Khalil Herbert. Who do you put in? Which 2 of those 3 do you put in?
Sutton for sure.
Sutton.
Ugh.
You have to play.
Does anybody have a coin we can flick right now?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I got Darnell Mooney too. So
Why do
my
you have
bench
all
is
these guys?
my bench is it's bench. They're on my bench.
Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah.
It's literally just holding spots there till somebody else better comes along.
Fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
I know that. The other guys on my bench, I'm like, he won't be here in 3 weeks.
Welcome to my 12 through 16 round picks.
Wait, you didn't draft a defense in 12-16? Just kidding. We know you got the Cowboys early.
Cowboys, baby.
Yeah, how did that -2 fail?
I mean, it felt okay seeing that they were the top scoring out of almost anybody anyway, so I'll take it. They have to come back down to the real league, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't be that far ahead.
They were doing it for us. Like I appreciate them doing it for Arizona. We really needed a win. But it's funny, like how all 3 of our teams beat each other.
Yeah.
It is.
100%.
It is funny. It's like a weird little turn of events, and your Cardinals losing to my team in like the shittiest way possible too.
And then coming back and beating them after they just had 2 big games.
Yeah, after they embarrassed the two teams they played prior to that. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's
Right.
the NFL.
It's the NFL.
You know,
The script
listen,
is wild. This year is
Dallas,
wild.
Dallas just had to prove they are not gods. Now we're all human, so it's a good thing.
Do you think
I hope
losing
that you get
Trayvon
more points
Diggs?
this week.
I hope you do as well. But do you think losing Trayvon? Last question. Do you think losing Trayvon Diggs really affected the defense this week? More or less, not like as a position, but more or less as like, damn, like one of our superstars is gone. Like everyone's kind of just like fucking, moseying about.
Yes, because that first initial run by Josh Dobbs was to that side, 100%.
Okay. Okay. So let's see if they bounce
I
back
think
next week.
I think it definitely threw a hindrance because you no longer have that safety of knowing like this side's covered, this side's covered because you had, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I absolutely think because Micah Parsons missed Joshua Dobbs on that. Micah Parsons doesn't miss, but he knows that if he misses, okay, I got it over here. Like nobody's getting too far that way. So yes, I think it did put a hindrance on it, but I think their offensive line being injured, and you said it right when we were talking last week. This is looking up to be a amazing trap game, and you are 100% correct.
Yeah, I will say though, even though it was looking like a trap game, I did not see it coming, and it makes me even listen. Here's the thing: at this point, it makes me think that the Cardinals are better than we give them credit for because they did play the Giants well,
Get that
and
taste out of your mouth.
They did play Washington well as well.
yeah, like
Yeah,
so like I'm not saying that they're a good team yet, but maybe they're not nearly as far away as I think a lot of us felt like they were.
100%.
But we'll see. We'll see how the season progresses. But they listen.
Mhm.
They're 1-2, and it it you don't feel terrible about that 1-2. You're like, all right, hey, we've been in games and played a lot stronger than we
Mhm.
had so far. And listen, the Cardinals are my second favorite team, right? So like, I feel good. I feel good about them, and it makes me feel like when Kyler comes back, hopefully, maybe they can make a late season playoff push. We'll see. A lot's going to depend upon the next couple of weeks, but
Yeah, I think a lot depends on when Kyler's coming back. I don't know if it's week 6 or week 7, but if we can
yeah.
stay either 300 or 500 or just a game under 500, I think we could have a chance to make some moves.
I don't know if he comes back. Dobbs is playing great.
Listen, if Kyler Murray's healthy, he's going on the goddamn field. We paid him enough goddamn money.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's got too much money to be sitting on the bench.
he's got a great amount of trade potential.
I mean,
But
would
I
it
hold on.
would it be
Yo,
fucking would it be
Jets.
crazy if he went to the Jets? But then again, like
No,
why go to the Jets when they're probably going to be worse off than the Cardinals are in like week 6 or 7? Like that's like, you guys think so? Like I think the Cardinals win
does
more
he
games
have
than the Jets.
does he have a no trade clause, like a full no trade clause,
Uh,
Kyler?
I don't
No clue.
no clue.
I don't know. I'm worried about Kyler. I'm worried that he's not it.
Yeah,
But we'll see. We'll see. But we'll
yeah.
see though. Time
We'll
will
see.
tell.
We'll
That,
see.
He
I
has too
think that
much eyebrows.
I think as long as Zach Wilson is quarterback over in the Jets at the Jets, they're not going to win any games. So that makes the Cardinals a better team than the Jets right now. But literally as soon as Natalie is the quarterback of the Jets, they're a better team.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say about that. Like, there's backup quarterbacks in the league that they could go after as better than Zach Wilson. They just need to pull the plug there, send him down to the XFL or whatever. But yeah, that's gonna be our week this week. I appreciate you guys as always joining us. Thank you guys for watching the week 4 recap here. We're gonna get this uploaded for Thursday. You guys are watching it. The Thursday night game is Detroit and Green Bay. Who do you guys got in that game?
Detroit.
Yeah, Green Bay.
You got Green Bay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Detroit. Actually, I think Green Bay has a really good chance of winning, but Detroit just looks so good.
Oh, absolutely.
And then the Saints. Was it the Saints or the Falcons that just gave Green Bay trouble? It was the Saints, right?
No, it was the Falcons.
Was
I
it
thought.
Falcons? Okay, it was one of those teams.
Didn't the Packers beat came back and beat the Falcons,
Yeah,
didn't they?
they were down 17-0. They came back, won 18-17.
Yeah.
Like they looked rough for like 3 quarters.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just saying history.
history.
History against the Bears, history against the Lions.
Yeah, let's see if Jordan Love took over the reins from Aaron Jones or
Mhm.
Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones. But yeah, all right, all right. Thanks, guys. We appreciate you guys all for watching. As always, subscribe. Thanks for hanging out with us. We love you guys, and we'll see you guys later. I'm Blurry. Peace.